Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about my February pickups, and it's sort of February pickups, stuff that I've gotten the last couple of weeks, my BBTS order that was delivered, and a few of those things. This is modern stuff that you can find either in the store or online or right now, and I do these videos so you can see what is out there, pick it up before it's sold out, before you have to go to the secondary market and get it, and if I found this at normal retail, it's here. Everything else I consider vintage, and that doesn't count. And I will throw a couple of other things in here. But anyway, I normally review stuff. I'm not reviewing hardly any of this, I don't think. I do review stuff like from Show Z, so go to Show Z. You can get cool stuff like this. It's coming up this next week for review. A couple of these other items. I'll probably show a little bit of this when I get to the Transformer section. But reviewer code TH at Show Z. Anyway, let's get into looking at this, and if you find any of this stuff yourself cheaper than I found it, let me know in the comments below so I can, pick up a second. Let's get into looking at February pickups. Alright, so the first thing I got was these Power Star figures. So this is Defenders of the Earth. Not really. This is actually Flash Gordon, I guess. I don't really know. But I just collected the Defenders of the Earth stuff, and so I don't really know who all these are. This is Flash Gordon, Prince, Thun. And I did get some damage to my stuff. This is one of the things that was in with my Thunder Tank, so did get a little bit of damage. So you get these 4 figures, 22 bucks each. It's not a good price, no. 22 bucks a piece is not a good price, I will admit that. But we do have a Ming here, so I want to show kind of the difference between the size difference. I'm not opening these anyway, but the original and this one, so they're a little smaller than the originals. I'll get that on the frame there. So aesthetically, they're not going to match, and getting him to stand is probably not fun. Let's see here. Anyway, this is kind of retro vintage kind of stuff. I really am digging the retro vintage vibe on those kinds of things. Let's see these other ones that we have over here. We got a Flash Gordon. It's a different look. Now, NECA's made this Flash Gordon already, so it's a different company. And what is this company that makes these? Oh, this is Boss Fight. So, Boss Fight Studios? That's cool. I don't have anything from Boss Fight, so this is my first Boss Fight anything. And boom, there we go with these. Let's move on to the other stuff. If you're into these, be interesting. 22 bucks each at BBTS. Next up, we have some Robotech figures. These were also packed in with my Thunder Tank. I contacted BBTS. They're going to be doing something for me. I guess I got to wait a couple days to figure out what they're going to do for me. But these all fell completely off the package. I don't know why, but why the pressure against it, because they were pushed up against the Thunder Tank. The Thunder Tank was pushing against it. Pushed them off the card backs. So since they are technically open, I'm gonna take a look at Captain Global here real fast. Not reviewing him or anything, but we can kind of see what he looks like, what he's all about. How does he feel? Legs and stuff move sort of smooth. They do have knee articulation. They only have shoulder, well, but it's quite a bit of shoulder articulation, head articulation, shoulder articulation. You do have some stuff going on right here. These all have skirts and shirts and stuff affecting their articulation. The pilots themselves, like this one, would probably have a little bit more, but they're missing the, what I think is important, elbow. But these are display pieces versus actual functional toys. So they also, as display pieces, come with a stand, which is nice. So let's see how that stand works. And so they all look about like this. So this was a set for 60 foot 70. They're like 15 each, so whatever 15 each comes out to be. There's another series coming, and my goodness, that's not easy. Oh, goes in here. There we go. So there's another set coming that I'll be seeing in the future. So we also have Claudia Grant. Now, if you've watched the original cartoon, then you know these characters well. They were in almost every episode, and they were wearing this clothing. So yeah, Robotech. If you're into Robotech, you might want to be getting these. 15 bucks each is not bad. Is about what they come to, plus tax. And if you do the $4 shipping, really, you're not paying for shipping if you're already shipping like 50 items like me. Okay, so I don't have much Star Wars to speak of, but I did get this at Target, though. This one came from Target. It is Super Commando. Does not look like a Super Commando to me, I guess. I don't know. I didn't have it. At this point, I don't know. I look at like 20 figures and go, Do I have this one or not? I don't know. I'm about to do that. I mean, talking 300 figures I got to go through and categorize and organize and see, you know, which ones I still need. I don't know. It's tough to find that one out. Wicket. And as far as I know, this is the only way I'm going to be able to get my hands on a Wicket. It was $25, and it was too much. Watched it show up at the store like in a month, but the bottom got crushed. And the number one thing I want about Black Series, let me step back. The number one best thing about Black Series are these 40th anniversary card backs. And I just don't understand, because I think 70-80% of collectors don't care about these. And the reason I think they don't care about these is because they bought them already in the standard, you know, modern packaging. And then when they get to the ideal best packaging, which is 40th anniversary packaging, looking on like it's on the Kinder card bag, they don't want to rebuy it. And I think that's what goes on. But to me, it's like, now I'm starting to pass on everything and hope it comes on this. And if I don't get it, I just stop caring. So I'm not going to chase down anything Black Series unless it's on this card bag and I pay a premium for it, I guess. Next up are the Dungeons and Dragons Dicelings, and obviously a lot of people are going to expect these to like go on clearance or whatever, but I think they're kind of cool, and I think they sell better than the figures. Actually, they're harder to track down than the figures. You can actually find the figures. Both my Walmarts have them. I could go get a whole set at my local Walmarts, and that would be easy. My local Target, I've never seen them have one. I actually asked an associate to scan it. My Target has never gotten one in, according to the information that the young man helped me and scanned and said he doesn't see any that showed up. But anyway, I did get all these at Target. I waited patiently. So these showed up at Target. I didn't get the figures at Target. So aside from the exclusive 2-pack. So let's look at them real quick. This is Owlbear, and these are Transformers. They turn Diceling, turns in from a dice to an owl, and so it's a 8-sided die into an owl. And what does it really look like? I don't really know. I mean, you'll have to wait till I catch them on clearance. Did save a couple of bucks with the red card and some other deals at Target versus Walmart. So, and I think the prices are even a little lower. Maybe the same price. I don't know. But in my mind, I save money when I buy them at Target than Walmart, and the return process is better, and they do ad matching at Targets. I'm liking Target more than Walmart these days. Don't have a choice sometimes on Walmart exclusives. Okay, this one here is Beholder. Turns into a crazy looking thing there. This one is the Thundercats. Thundercats turns into a dragon. Where is Tiamat? And then this one is Rakor, or I think they also call this one Black Dragon. Okay, so here is the Ghost Rider. And I keep wanting to call the Dicelings Ghostlings, so this is a good transition into Ghost Rider. This is supposed to be retro. I believe this package doesn't match. I don't know. I got it just because I got it. I actually got it because I knew that car wouldn't fund, because I wasn't backing it. If I backed it, it would have funded. If I would have put my full force of giving a crud about it, we could have backed it. But I didn't care about it, and that means nobody else cared about it. Anyway, this is cool enough, and I was at a secondhand shop this weekend that had several Ghost Rider figures. I don't know what they were from, but I was thinking about picking one up because they looked really nice. They looked actually like sort of third-party kind of stuff. They didn't look like retro like this. But anyway, BBTS, $25 or something like that. Getting into the Supertron, he's big. I'll be reviewing that here over the next week sometime. I look forward to it, but I'm sure that's going to take quite a bit of time because there's just so much to it. So Combiner. Also going to be reviewing these guys. So this is Magic Square's Gears and Wind Charger. Is that Wind Charger? And then we're going to be reviewing New Age, and it's their second take on this guy. So Arnhide. Okay, so getting into mainline stuff. I don't buy a lot of mainline Transformers unless they're on clearance. To get these at Target, this is going to be my stand-in. I'm not buying the masterpiece of this. Although I kind of wanted to, it just really didn't mean anything to me. So for $30 or so, it's better than whatever the masterpiece one was. I don't know if there's a KO of that one yet. And then Inferno. So I actually kind of feel like we're not getting an Inferno from Takara. I really feel like this one's bigger, but I can't really tell. I mean, you can't tell how far down does he go. But I think he's bigger than the G1, the vintage one. And I think he looks pretty good, so eventually I'll tear him out of there. But both from Target, both around $30, $33, something like that. But this is the hard one to find, and it's a GoBot, and it's the Crasher. I did get this one at a second-hand shop. It was expensive. It was expensive. I worked a deal out, though, knocked a little off of that $45. And then, lo and behold, on my road trip this weekend, I found one at retail at Walmart. So here's my story. As soon as I pull the trigger on an expensive one, I find one at retail for 25 bucks. So it's not, it's one of those weird things. So check your Walmarts, but if you live in an area that has Walmarts like plural, check them all, I guess. But I was excited. I was stoked to get them, get her. But she's still actually not correct. I mean, she needs that front of the race car behind her head. They should have had a clip, like you clip that on. And she's, in my opinion, too stocky. But she's the best that we have to go with what's coming up, which is Rod Drill. This is Rod Drill. And so this is the first in the machine build line, which is more or less a continuation of, let me see this. Continuation or a whole new, not really continuation, but a whole new line of GoBots, Machine Robo. So I'm kind of backtracking and trying to pick up a handful of the ones that I thought looked good. But the action toy looked too stylized for me. The transformations are a little bit too over the top. And I think this is going to be exactly what I want. It's going to be simplistic transformations. It's going to be like vintage GoBots, bigger, double the size. I actually want them to be like 9-inch to be scaling with your Masterpiece Transformers. But that's not what we're getting here. They're more like 5-inch. So they're more like this size. They're actually going to scale with her. So which is the reason I went after her so hard. So this will scale together really well. And you have to build them. So I'm going to be doing that Wednesday. Forgot to touch on these. But I get a lot of criticism about not talking about Transformers enough. And these were $1.25 each at my local Dollar Tree. I hate Dollar Tree. Not that the price is bad. Well, it's gone up 25 cents. But I hate Dollar Tree because of checkouts. They have such a low budget on cashiers. One cashier trying to push through 25 people, and then they call for help, and by the time they get the line down, someone finally shows up, which is terrible. But anyway, that's Dollar Tree for you. These look really well painted. They look very good. They look better than the first series they put out. The Optimus Prime looks hideous. The first Optimus Prime they put out, I already have a couple of those. So why do you want these tiny little ones, these itty-bitty ones? You want them because they are going to look good next to bigger bots. They make your big bots look bigger. It's that simple. And if you're a high-end collector, throwing $6 worth of figures in to make your big bots look bigger is fun. All right, so getting into Master Universe, it's really getting hard to get this later series stuff, which I personally believe they're producing maybe 25% of what they were 2 years ago or a year ago or the last wave, because this stuff is getting real hard to get. And it's selling out in minutes on BBTS, which is not all of the figures though. Like the He-Man, version 20 is not selling out, whatever that one's called. But I did get the Snake Armor Skeletor for Origins. Origins is still vastly more popular than Masterverse, so it's harder to get Origins. It's crazy. It sort of almost blows my mind that the premium kind of figures are not selling as well. But then again, these have the nostalgia feels to them. And if you are a vintage collector, filling in the gaps instead of spending $100, getting them for $20, because they are $19 plus tax. This one here is the Master Universe He-Man. I don't know what he's from. New Adventures or something. I got a Classics one. I bought a guy's Classic collection, and it was in it. And I was like, well, I don't really know about this version, so. And I got this one from Target. He was $22 or something like that. But anyway, still kind of cool, pretty interesting. Am I missing parts for him, I guess? I guess I'm missing parts for him. He's supposed to have a helmet and a chest piece or something I don't know about. Anyway. This is the part that's going to ruffle people's feathers. Why did I buy these? This is the animation version. Because I wanted them. I passed on them. I put my money on Target getting them. 6 months ago is when these came out. And I haven't seen them anywhere. Never saw them in person. And the problem with that is that if I did come across them, I don't remember, or they're just not there now. But I think that once these sell out, these will be more expensive and harder to get. And I think this is the beginning of where they started making less and less figures, starting with these guys. So I got them. They're not great. They're not the greatest thing ever. I'll never open them. Well, they'll open themselves because of the crappy tape, but it is what it is. Lastly, we're getting into Thundercats, and I'm not gonna lie, I am stoked about Super 7 and everything they're doing with Thundercats. Everything. I'm picking it up. I'm not passed on anything anymore. I was passed on a couple things, and now I kick myself. So, we have Invisible Tigra. Oh, flip him around. I was gonna do a reverse reveal. There's Invisible Tigra, and I think it looks... This is my first look at this, and it looks really cool. I would have liked would like a little more color to some of his stuff, but he is invisible 100% with a little bit of paint on his chest, a little bit of painted stripes on his hair, his neck, and his forearms, and his boots. So that is super invisible. Wow. Wow. I understand he comes with his elbow pad that we were missing off of the regular Tiger release, and I bet you we do see a Tiger 2.0 with everything done right. And pinless. Is this guy pinless? I think he's pinless. But this is a BBTS exclusive, so I got it. And the thing about the rest of them, I'm not opening any of them, not even to this point. But the rest of them, I think they'll be like an Entertainment Earth sale, and you'll get them for $30 each or something, because those are the toy versions. I don't see a lot of people after the toy versions. I just want them to keep up with this, but I don't want to open them. I want to get an open set cheap down the road, or cheaper down the road, and I think that I'll wait, and someone will be like, hey, they're on sale now. But there it is. All right, so there's some pickups for February of 2023. Some great stuff to have in here. I shipped my stack because of the Thunder Tank, so I'll be talking about that coming up this week. There's a lot of stuff going on this week that I'll be taking a look at. Definitely Transformers, definitely Thunder Tank, definitely... This review video here is just kind of like, hey, all this stuff's coming, but I'm not reviewing it all. Take a quick look and move on. And if you're into any of this stuff, hopefully you can find it. Just kind of fun stuff. But let me know if there's anything in this video that helped you. If anything you're interested in, or anything in here you found cheaper. Like, subscribe to Hanger out.